Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Life and Purpose Podcast by BF. Today, we are discussing when God says no. How do you feel when God says no? Do you think He doesn't love you that much or He doesn't care that much? That's why He says no. And so, today, we want to actually understand a few things when He says no to us. We can liken this to maybe a parent who is taking good care of his child, making sure that the child doesn't get hurt. That is what God is trying to do for us. When you read the books of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21, it says that many are the plans of man, but the purpose of God is what is going to prevail. That means that anytime He says no to a decision that you have taken, means that that is not the purpose that He has actually planned for you, and therefore He's not going to allow that to happen. And we get offended about that. We feel that He doesn't care. We feel that he's not there for you. You think that He doesn't actually take you into consideration or anything. But we have to understand that He is God. He's everywhere. He knows the beginning and the end. He knows what will happen in the next 2 hours. Even currently, whatever you are going through, He knows it. He knows the future. He knows everything concerning your life. So therefore, why do you think that He would allow you to make a decision that is not worth it or is not good for you in the future? That is what we want to understand today. And so many of the times when God says no, how do you deal with it? How do you react? How do you behave? Is it that you get angry with Him because He said no to you, or you think that you can go wayward when He says no to you? Sometimes you have people who go wayward because God said no to them, or they feel that God doesn't love them that much. And so they tend to live their own life, they tend to do things their own way, they tend to make their own decisions, and they end up being even in a double danger than what God was going to prevent them for us. I'll take myself for example. As a young girl, I wanted to get married, and only for me to hear God says no. And I was like, God, why would you say no to me at this moment when I have met somebody who can actually take care of me, who can be a responsible man to me? And so He said no. This time around, I had so much no's to the extent that I couldn't sleep without a no. And so my next prayer was like, God, show me the reason why you said no to this marriage. I wanted to understand much about it. And so it took time. That is the truth. It took time. I was praying about it. It never gave me peace. I was having troubles here and there. Anytime I make marriage decisions, anytime I even decide to just forget about His no, it still comes so hard. I said no to this marriage. And it doesn't make sense that as a young girl, you said yes to a marriage and you wake up one day and say that I don't want to get married again. What reasons are you going to give people? What are you going to tell people? Nobody will understand you because God says no. How spiritual are you? To what extent? How did you even hear God says no to you? And it was a very big blow to me to wake up one day and tell my mom that I don't want to get married again. I go and say, Daddy, I don't want to marry again. He says, what is the reason? I said, I have a lot of red flags and I don't think I can go ahead. That was the only reason I could give because it didn't make sense anyway. And I kept praying and I said, God, give me a reason why you said no to this marriage because it doesn't even make sense to me. And He answered my prayers. And that was that I was going to get divorced after 2 years of this marriage. And then I understood that, okay, that was God speaking. But aside that, He opened my eyes to see so many things, that some virtues that I have now that I didn't have. I didn't know how to be patient in so many things. I was not humble enough. He doesn't think that I was strong enough to contain hard times. How would I deal when there's hard times in marriage? There were so many things I think that the Lord wanted me to know and have before I even want to pursue marriage. And it's something that is very, very, very important that we have to do. When God says no, means no. Not because He doesn't love us or maybe because He doesn't care about us, but maybe because it's not the right thing for us. That is not the purpose that He wants us to achieve. And I think that it is right in its way that we listen to Him when we say no. I know that no normally comes in times that is so hard for you to actually believe, but we want to one or two things that we can do is to pray about it just trust him, praying and trusting him, and maybe asking for a reason why he says no. Normally, you become okay and satisfied when you get the answer when he says no. But sometimes, too, the no, the answer might not come, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, what we have to believe is that we have our plans, but God's plan is going to take power or precedence over our plans. That is when he thinks that the plans we have doesn't maybe make sense or is not good enough for us. And so today, that is what I want to share with you, why when God says no, what you can do and how you should agree or answer to the no that he has said, because he knows the beginning, he knows the end, he loves us, he knows so many things that we do not know. He understands our pain, he understands our emotion. But the fact that he understands our pain and emotion doesn't mean that he will still want us to go the wrong way. Therefore, we need to trust and believe in him and pray anytime he says no to us. Thank you very much for listening to us on this episode. Kindly remember to join or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Life and Purpose Podcast by BF. On Instagram, Fianu Belinda, kindly follow me. And on Facebook, Life and Purpose Podcast by BF. Thank you very much for listening, and bye.